कौन सी अपील आपकी खारिज कर दी गई सर बिना रीजन के?
My lord, petitioner served a so-called notice under section 240.
पेशो नोटिस तो दे। क्या है यार स्वप्निल जी, क्या ऑर्डर्स कर रहे हैं आप लोगों की अथॉरिटीज? अपील के साक्ष्यों पे के विचार किया गया। अधीनस्थ न्यायालय द्वारा शासकीय कार्य के सो एंड सो को दृष्टिगत रखते हुए 248 का आदेश दिया गया है जो हस्तक्षेप योग्य नहीं है। इसको तो यहीं से रिमांड कर देते हैं क्योंकि प्राइवेट पार्टी तो इसमें कोई है नहीं। सरकारी के लिए आप है, आप अपील को दोबारा डिसाइड कीजिए, है ना? 14608/2024. This petition under Article 226 of Constitution of India has been filed seeking the following relief. A solitary ground has been raised by counsel for petitioner that against an order passed by Tehsildar Chhatarpur, the petitioner had preferred an appeal which was registered as appeal number 180/appeal/2022-23. And by order dated 16/2/2024, the respondent number 2 has dismissed the appeal. By referring to the order passed by the appellate authority, it is submitted by counsel for the petitioner that nothing has been discussed by the appellate authority, and the appeal has been dismissed only on the by mentioning that after considering the grounds raised in the appeal, memo appeal, and by keeping the question of security of the government land in consideration, the order under section 248 of MPLR code has been rightly passed. It is submitted that whenever an appeal is filed and certain grounds are raised, then the appellate authority has to assign reason to accept or to reject those grounds. It is further submitted that reasons are the heartbeat of the order, and only from the reason it can be deciphered that as to whether the authority had applied its judicial mind, has applied its mind or not. Well, system. Per contra, the counsel for the state has supported the order passed by the SDO Chhatarpur in case number 180/appeal/2022-23. Peruse the order dated किस तारीख का order है?
That is 16/2/24.
16/2/2024 passed by SDO Chhatarpur. And this order has been passed. This order runs in only 2 to 3 lines. Runs in only 3 lines, mentioning that the order under challenge was perused, the grounds raised in the memo appeal were considered, and after considering the requirement of security of government land, the order passed under section 248 of MPLRC appears to have been passed legally, and therefore it does not require any interference. The Supreme Court in the case of Chief Trustee versus Measures in Indore West Private Limited decided on so and so has held as under. It can be deciphered from the order or from the reasons assigned in the order only that whether the appellate authority has applied its mind or not. Whenever an appeal is filed and certain grounds are raised, then it is always expected from the appellate authority to deal with the ground. And if the appellate authority comes to a conclusion that the grounds are not worth acceptance, then it must assign its reasons. And even if it's worth acceptance or not worth acceptance, then it must assign its reasons. Without assigning the reason, the revenue court cannot dismiss the appeal merely on the ground that in its considered opinion, the order under challenge is a legal order. Since the order under challenge has not been passed in conformity with the basic principles of law, therefore हमें मुस्कुराने का मौका नहीं देते।
आप कह रहे हैं कि उसमें अपील में रेजिडिकेट का भी ग्राउंड है। मैंने कहा 97 में सब हो चुका है।
और हमें नहीं मालूम सर, हमें नहीं मालूम। क्या has not been passed in conformity with the well-settled principle of law, therefore the same is set aside. The matter is remanded back to SDO, is remanded back to Collector Chhatarpur. Is remanded back. The Collector Chhatarpur shall assign this case to any other competent authority, appellate authority, except the authority who has passed the order under challenge. Police system. The petitioner is directed to appear before Collector Chhatarpur on 3rd of July 2024. And on the said date, the Collector Chhatarpur shall assign the case to any other authority except the authority who has passed the impugned order. If required, the Collector Chhatarpur may also assign the case to SDO of any other subdivision also. The appellate authority is directed to decide the appeal after considering the grounds raised by the petitioner in the memo appeal and which shall also be raised by him during the course of arguments and shall not get influenced or prejudiced by the order dated 16 to 2023.
24.
16 to 2024 passed by SDO Chhatar. With aforesaid observation, the petition is finally dismissed.
I'm finished.